Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be going over the last week of FNCS weekly qualifiers and go over my FNCS week 3 finals predictions. I'm also going to talk about what certain teams need to place tomorrow to make Surge Week or Grand Finals, as well as talk about some teams that choked this week. So let's get right into it. The first thing I wanted to go over was which teams kind of threw this week, beginning with Day and Shore and Paper and Shadow. Both of these teams headed into the week on 895 series points, only needing to make round 2 to qualify to Grand Finals from series points, and neither of them qualified to round 2. Crazy to think in a season where it was looking so good for Day and he qualifies to both of the first 2 FNCS weekly finals. Now he needs to qualify through Surge Week next weekend. Other duos to be confirmed out of contention for Surge Week are Blake and Bizzle, Dubs and Accept, and Oliver OG and Chaos Gaming. Crazy to see Dubs and Blake have such a rough season after both of them looking pretty decent last season and making grands. It's also another season where we won't see Oliver OG in a grands. This season's format was a very unforgiving one. Only 53 duos made all 3 round 2s. In FNCS that goes instantly to the top 200 after opens is pretty crazy. There's almost no room for error. Hopefully Epic goes back to the FNCS format drawing board after this season, because this format and this series point format are just not it. Next, I want to go over teams in finals tomorrow and what they need to qualify to either Surge Week or Grand Finals from series points. I'm going to make these estimates based on 960 series points for Grand Finals and 560 series points to qualify to Surge Week. The first team I wanted to talk about are Sinted and Fabs, who are going for the 1 week qual. Sinted, who was playing with Clicks, and Fabs, who was playing with Snacky, teamed up for the last week and need a top 10 in finals tomorrow to make Surge Week. They will be landing uncon Shattered Slabs tomorrow, and if they can get vault a couple games, a top 10 should be a piece of cake for them. Another team that also needs a top 10 to qual to Surge Week is Vanillas and Convict. This West duo did not qual out of opens the first 2 weeks, and now they need to clutch up while contested at North Bastion in order to play Surge Week next week. Now looking at some of the teams that need to clutch up to auto qualify to Grand Finals, or else they will be playing Surge Week as well next weekend. We have Agers and Kanata, who need a top 45, which would take them 1 game to secure that. That's just too easy for them. Brycex and Chubbs, who got 6th place in last season's Grand Finals on NA East, need a top 38 to qualify to Grand Finals. Another one that should be pretty easy. The NA West FNCS winners last season, Bolts and Thor, need a top 25 to qualify to Grand Finals, landing uncon mid-map gas. This should be very doable for them. Then Knifer and Bila need to get a top 10 in finals tomorrow to get to Grand Finals as well. This will be a tough one considering that they are contesting a team that's already qualified to Grand Finals through consistency and a Legion Dragon at Citadel. So this will be a good one to look out for tomorrow. I'm going to try and make estimates for every single team playing tomorrow that is not qualified, and I will post this on my Twitter, so stay tuned to my NA Twitter for that. The last thing I want to talk about is our top 5 predictions and off spawn predictions that we did as a chat yesterday after round 2. Before we get into it, let's take a look at the map and where teams are headed this week. As always, you can find this map and every other map in my Discord in the description. I will have a Surge Week map and Grand Finals map in there after FNCS Finals tomorrow, so stay tuned. Little fun fact, only 8 duos made every single weekly finals this season. Before we get into the placement predictions, we did some off spawn predictions this week. We think Braids versus Evil at Anvil will be a 4-2 to Braids. A Liege versus Sniper at Citadel will be a 3-3 tie. Acorn versus Curious to the east of Fatal will be a 5-1 Acorn. Chris versus Punisher to the south of Fatal will be 4-2 to Chris. TK versus Larson and Naughty Nets will end up being a 3-3 tie. And Aviv versus Skittles will be 4-2 to Aviv. A lot of off spawns this week. Last week it was just a lot of triple contested drops rather than 2 teams fighting each other every game. Let's get into our top 5 predictions now. We think Agers and Kanata will bring it home this week and take home first place. With no Rise in Yamzo and Acorn and Cold contested, I feel like choosing Kanata and Agers to get first place is the safest option. In second place, I have Impin and Polarized, who are finally uncontested. In week 1, they got second while a team was taking some of their split, so I think I could see them getting a nice top 2 this week. But this team also tends to just go and fight Mega City for vault, so you really never know with Polarized. In third, I have Fatch and Pamstu, who are technically contested going in tomorrow. Last week, they were con for part of the tourney as well, and this week it's the same thing, so I think they may have some free surge and points coming, or this team will just take half their loot and run, so it's kind of hard to say. But either way, I think a top 5 for them is very doable. In fourth place, I have Peterbot and Kwani, the third place team from week 1 while contested. They did get 2 wins into second place that week when they lived off spawn, but I just don't really see them replicating that this week. But they are definitely a team that has the skill to do really well. And lastly, rounding out our top 5, I have Pump and Trashy. Their uncon and should do a lot better than last week when they got 17th. I have a bad history of predicting this duo to do well and them not doing well, so we'll just have to see if that continues tomorrow. Let me know your top 5 predictions for tomorrow, or if you think Sinted will get top 10 or any of the other teams that need to clutch up. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's prediction video. Hopefully we have a good ending to the FNCS qualifiers tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.